สวัสดีครับอาจารย์ครับผมครับผม
Hello and welcome to another Dhamma meeting where we will discuss the Buddhist practices of charity, morality, and meditation. Everyone who's interested is welcome to join. And our first participant tonight is Diana from Canada, King City, if I remember correctly.
Yes, Ajaan Suchart.
Yeah, you missed a couple of meetings, so we'll let you in first.
Yes, I always listen in, and many new people are coming now with new questions. It's good to hear. I was very inspired by the last meeting and all the discussion, and I had some follow-up question for that.
Go ahead.
There was one discussion, I think, early on. It was a discussion about a pure chitta, and I apologize if this question was already answered. So where is this pure chitta? Is it like in the knowing, in the knowing of the knowing element?
It is the knowing element. Right now it is defiled by the kilesa. So when you purify with the meditation practices, you get rid of the impurity in the knowing element.
So it's in the knowing element.
Yes.
Okay.
The knowing element itself is defiled. So it needs to be purified with the practice of meditation and wisdom.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So that's what we are doing right now. We are studying the way to purify the mind.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then my other follow-up question is still struggling with mindfulness here and there, and always wonder when I lose it, like what exactly controls it, what determines the level of mindfulness, what decreases it, what improves it.
Your determination.
Determination, like
Yes.
so.
The more you're determined, then the more you will be able to develop mindfulness. The less determined, then you're less developed.
So
So
like
you have to be determined.
okay.
Put full effort on developing mindfulness, which you haven't yet made that determination.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to, you have to set up a resolution that from the time I get up, I'm going to start developing mindfulness before anything else. Just keep
Mm-hmm.
focusing on your body. Watch your body, what's going on with your body, what activity, what it is doing every moment.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to set up this resolution and follow through with your effort.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Like for instance, giving you an example, you can set up a resolution that I'll save a dime a day. So that's what you do every day. When you get up, you put a dime in a can or somewhere.
What is that? The Dhamma?
A dime, money.
Dime. Yes. Okay.
Yeah, 10 cent, 10 cent, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, you have to set up the resolution. From now on, I'm saving a dime a day. So every day you get up, before you do anything, you put a dime in the collection box or can, whatever, and do it every day. So you have to set up a resolution that I will stay mindful all the time, from the time I get up to the time I go to sleep. Then follow through with your effort. So as soon as you get up, don't think, watch your body right away. Where is my body now? What posture the body is in right now? What it is gonna do? It is lying down. Is it gonna get up? Is it gonna sit? Is it gonna stand? Is it gonna walk? Just keep watching every movement of the body. Don't let your mind go elsewhere.
Is there a possibility to stay with the body mindfulness and still like listen to another person?
You don't want to do that. You don't want to be distracted.
Okay.
You want to be unified, focused. The goal is to keep the mind concentrated, focused, not scattered.
Yes, I find that on the weekend when I am able to go to the monastery and just set the time and day for that, it improves. And during the week, it's just all over the place still. Okay. Yeah. Then the next question, like, I don't know. It's when the mind is gone. What was the cause? I guess lack of mindfulness and I was wondering, like this mindfulness of the body, then it can be transferred to the mindfulness of Anapana. And then is it also possible to like practice mindfulness of Anicca? And then is that what we're doing when we are reflecting? We're like practicing mindfulness of the Anicca, mindfulness of Dukkha, mindfulness of Anatta.
Not yet the time. The time right now is to have continuous mindfulness with your body first.
Okay. So when the mind goes there, I bring it back to just the body.
That's right. Keep staying with the body. And when you meditate, you can switch from the body to watching your breath instead. Because when your body is not moving, not doing anything, so you have to watch something that's moving, which is your breath.
Oh yeah, so I guess for the previous question when I was writing, like when the mind is gone from the mindfulness, away from the mindfulness, I'm wondering like what was the cause? Because something in the mind is taking the mind away from the body, so that's like the defilements. Is that it?
Not necessarily defilement. There could be anything, thoughts or sound you hear, something you see, which might attract your attention. And then you forget about being mindful with your body.
Okay. Okay.
So
I think
to practice mindfulness effectively, you want to be secluded. So it make it easier it will make it harder for things to distract your mind because there are nothing to distract.
Other than the mind.
Other than the mind distracting itself by thinking about the past or the future. You want to keep the mind in the present, tied to the body.
Okay. Thank you for those clarifications.
Okay. Is that all for you tonight?
Yes, because usually I am inspired by all the I'm more internal in the process by the end of the talk, but now it's like first thing in the morning.
Oh, you can maybe later on at the end of the program, if you have time and you want to ask any more question, you can.
I will write it and save it for next time, and I'll just try to prepare for better this morning. It's just how it is.
Okay. All
Always
right.
happy to see
Have a
you.
good day.
And you too. Thank you.
You're welcome. Next, Nathan, where are you from? Are you
Hello.
just joining us the first time?
Yes. I joined you for Bintabat on Saturday with Kumpir, so first time on the call here today.
I see. Okay. You're from Vietnam? No, I'm sorry. Not
Originally from England, but living in Ban Chang now. So
Manchang. Okay. Good.
yeah,
What can I do for you today?
I think just mostly here to listen. But I was speaking with Kumpir about my experience on Saturday, and it was great. I managed to come to temple with you and go up the mountain, and afterwards I said to Kumpir, is it normal to hear sort of spirit voices after something like that? I've been hearing my name called when there's nobody else around since I went up the mountain on Saturday, and I'm on my own, and I just hear this something calling my name, and it's a strange experience. And she said, "Oh, I want you to go and I want you to speak about that."
Oh, it's just your mind talking to yourself.
Yeah,
The mind can play tricks on you.
yeah. It's
So just know that it's just your mind creating these things, and just ignore it. Don't pay any attention to it.
yeah, just trying to distract me.
Yeah. Try to
Yeah,
stay mindful. If you can stay mindful with something, then nothing will distract or cause you any problem. But if you're not having mindfulness to hold on to something, then something appears that you might be distracted, and then you might be uh, scared, or might be, whatever, affected by what what you hear, what you see in your mind.
thank you. I do. I find it a challenge. I have ADHD, so
Yeah,
find my monkey mind is always there when I'm trying to be still. But when I'm in movement, then it's easier to
yeah,
be still, if you know what I mean. I have to move to be still.
yes. So you might need something like a mantra to
Yeah.
keep your mind still.
Okay, that'd be useful. Yeah.
All right?
Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Next, Mike from New York.
Greetings, Ajaan. How's it going today?
Good. Haven't seen you for a few meetings. Oh, you didn't have a
Yeah,
chance to speak.
I didn't have a chance to speak. I come on every week, but sometimes I sign on a little bit later. So I'm grateful to get on earlier today. Um, I guess I have a few things that I wanted to hear what you had to think about. Um, One is, which I'm sure many people go through, is when you kind of hit a plateau with your meditation. Um, I know there's obviously ways I could be a better Buddhist through the precepts and through more meditation. But then sometimes within your own at-home meditation practice, it can seem to kind of hit a plateau, or it doesn't seem like it's getting worse, but it doesn't seem like it's getting better. And I'm just curious if John had any tips for ways of, kind of making the meditation more fresh when you hit these kind of walls.
Well, you have to create a new challenge for your mind. See? Like fasting, for instance, can be helpful to spur your mind to more action. If you don't eat, then you're creating physical suffering, and you have to use mindfulness and meditation to cope with it. So this is the way to push you ahead. You have to increase more physical pain somehow, or maybe fear. Like sometimes some people might have to go practice in a cemetery or something like that to spur more mindfulness to deal with the fear that arises, the new fear or that arise. So you need something like this, more suffering, more physical or mental suffering, to cause you to have to be more mindful to deal with this situation. You can try fasting or eat only once a day. If you eat normally 3 times a day, cut it down to 2 or 1, then you have to use mindfulness and meditation to calm your mind when you feel hungry. Because most of the hunger comes from your mind, thinking about food. And if you can stop the mind from thinking about food, then the hunger will disappear. The mental hunger will disappear. What is left is that the physical hunger isn't that bad at all. You can live with it easily if you can get rid of your mental hunger. And you can do that by using mindfulness and meditation to stop your mind from thinking about food.
That's good advice.
Yes. So you have to increase some kind of challenge to force your mind to work harder to deal with the challenge.
You think meditation is always going to be
Yes,
better
yeah,
when you're facing a challenge?
Mindfulness is the main tool. Then you can also, if you can use wisdom also if you know how to use it. Like when you're fasting and you're hungry, you think about food on the plate. You have to start thinking about the food coming in the bowl, in the toilet bowl. Then this will stop your hunger right away.
That's good advice.
Or if you think about something beautiful, you have to look at a corpse or something. When a beautiful woman or a man turn into a corpse, then this will not be longer cause you any cravings for sexual intercourse.
Mm.
So this is a method that you can use to tame your mind with, tame your defilement, your cravings for food, for sensual pleasures. You have to, if you use wisdom, you have to look at the opposite side of the story. We tend to look only at the good side, the upside. We don't see the downside. So we have to look at the other side of the story, and this can stop your craving. Okay.
That's very good advice.
If you don't know how to use wisdom, then just use mindfulness, such as a mantra, to stop your mind from thinking first and calm it down. And then when you calm down, then you find that you can deal with the hunger of the body or whatever challenge you're trying to face. Once your mind becomes calm, then it can deal with any situation. Okay.
Yes.
So if you want to advance your practice, you have to increase the challenge. Like playing games, right? They have different level of challenge for you to deal with. The easy ones, the harder ones. Okay. Anything else?
Yeah. There's one other thing I wanted to ask about today. Kind of waking up with a little bit of aversion today. And I'm sure a lot of people have been going through this the past few months and years, but just tips for generating compassion for people that you don't necessarily, where it's not easy to generate compassion.
Well, you have to look at the truth of the body. Everybody is subjected to aging, sickness, and death. We are all in the same boat. So if there's any way we can help anyone to make their life better, less suffering, then do it. If you cannot do it, then you have to use equanimity and say it's beyond your ability to do anything about it. Then you just have to let it be. Sometimes we want to help so much that we hurt ourselves when we cannot do it. This is not right. You must not hurt yourself when you try to help someone and you cannot do it. You have to say, well, this is not someone's fate, you know. They just happen, maybe it's their karma that caused them to fall into this situation and nobody could help. So in the end, we have to leave it to the law of karma. Okay. Try to help if you can, but if it's beyond your ability, then you have to just use the law of karma to tell your mind that you can only do so much. You cannot go against the law of karma. Okay. The goal is to be happy, not to be sad, with compassion or with equanimity. If you only have compassion, you can become sad when you cannot help those who you want to help. Then you have to use equanimity to bring the mind back from sadness, bring it back to normal. Okay, so the four Brahma Viharas are three are the active ones, and the fourth is the inactive one. Metta, loving kindness, karuna, compassion, and mudita, sympathetic joy. This is the action side. The inaction side is equanimity. So you have to be able to switch gear depending on the situation, whether you can use the active side to help people, or if you cannot, then you have to stop using the inactive side to protect your mind from feeling bad about not being able to do anything for other people. So be sure you know which side to use. When you're supposed to be active and you become inactive, this is wrong. You see somebody suffer and you use equanimity, and this is wrong. If you can still help that person, then you should help first if you can. But helping other people, you have to also be careful that make sure that you don't get hurt from helping other people either. Sometimes you help someone and in turn that someone can come back and hurt you. Then it's better to not to help, not to be near that person. If you find that person can be dangerous to you, or if you want to help, then you have to have some protective measure to deal with the person if the person turns dangerous or violent toward you. So you have to be quite circumspect when you do something, when you help someone. Okay. Is that all
That's
for
for Ajaan.
today?
That's all for today. Thank you so much for Ajaan.
Okay. Next, Ricardo from Uruguay. Are you back in Uruguay now?
Hello, dear Ajaan. Nice to hear. Yeah, I'm back to Uruguay. It's cold here.
I see winter now for you.
In winter, yes. I see Tommy also that it's
Yeah, Australia.
Australia we cold.
Amazing. We can all be in the same room with different climate.
Right. North hemisphere with hot weather and with us with very cold weather.
Yeah.
So good.
For me, it's hard to have to turn on the AC just briefly to lower the heat.
That's good. Well, first of all, I'm glad that you are better. Your health seems to be better. So I guess you don't have any flu.
Back to normal now.
Okay, thank you.
Maybe just a few days, a few weeks. Maybe come back again. Who knows?
Yeah, right. We don't know about tomorrow or the next minute. I have just one question, and that would be the question before, and we are talking about that a person might hurt you. And I remember a teaching about a monk that gave his life to a tiger that was hunger. So sometimes talking about anatta, no self, I wonder, or it comes to my mind, how much is the I or preserve the body and all that coming against the teachings of anatta. It's an intellectual question, but it came out to my mind.
Well, the goal of seeing everything as being anatta is to let go of your attachment to everything.
Mm-hmm.
And because if you are attached to something that you cannot control, it can bite you. It can harm you.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't want to be harmed, then it's better just not to have anything to do with that, with them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay.
That's the goal, to live alone, to live with emptiness. And emptiness that's the only thing that cannot bite you is the emptiness. The rest, they will bite you sooner or later.
That's true.
Because they
Yes.
are anicca, they are impermanent, they're changing all the time. So they can change from good to bad,
Mm-hmm.
from liking you to hating you. Who knows?
Yes. 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 Yeah. Yeah.
So the goal is to be able to live alone,
Mm-hmm.
to having not to rely on anything.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay.
To do this, you have to have contentment, and contentment comes from meditation and wisdom.
Okay. Okay.
So keep practicing mindfulness and meditation, and develop wisdom, seeing everything as being anicca, dukkha, anatta.
Okay. Yes. Yes.
The truth is everything is dukkha. They can harm you, but we just don't see that. We always see it can be helpful to you, can be good to you. Yes, in the beginning they usually do, right? But later on they change into something different.
Bite you. That's
Yeah.
true. Completely true. And sometimes it's easier to see it outside, but sometimes it works inside also, right? That I
Yes.
get attached to something or whatever. And
The feelings inside that you attach to also can bite you.
yes.
If you want only good feelings, then when this good feeling disappear and replaced by bad feelings, then it bites you. It's the same thing. It's anicca, dukkha, anatta. Or your emotion is the same thing also. Sometimes you have a good day, sometimes you have a bad day. Sometimes you feel
But
lighthearted, sometimes you feel sick, you know. You cannot just have one. You cannot only have the good thing. The good thing comes with the bad thing, whether you like it or not. If you don't want the bad thing, then don't take the good thing. Take
Yeah.
emptiness. Take emptiness. Emptiness doesn't have two sides. Doesn't have good or bad. It has nothing.
Yes. Two things I've learned from you. First of all, is to work with equanimity all day long. And second, what you said before, that's space or whatever. And I happen to see that here in my room, what is plenty of is space.
That's
and
right.
we don't see it every day.
We have to have space in order for us to exist, right?
Right.
But we compare it to the space, we are so small. Look at all the stars, the planet in the space. And the space so much wider, bigger than the largest planet or the largest star combined. So space is emptiness. So we can learn to live with emptiness.
And especially here.
And the emptiness of the space of the mind.
Right.
Clear your mind up. Get into jhana. That's when you get into the space of your mind. That's when you get equanimity or contentment. And once you get there, the next thing is to protect it by getting rid of the things that will destroy the equanimity, which are your cravings, your defilements. By using wisdom, everything you crave for is dukkha, because they are anicca, they are anatta. Once you get rid of all these cravings that can destroy your equanimity or contentment, then after that the mind will remain in equanimity or contentment all the time, without having to enter into jhana. You'll be existing on emptiness, and you can be happy with emptiness. Okay, so keep on practicing mindfulness.
Yes.
Meditation. Until you get to equanimity, into the space of your mind, into jhana, when everything is disappear, all you have left is just knowing. The knowing is like a space element. When everything else disappears, all you have left is just a knowing and contentment and peace. Then you don't need anything. When you have contentment, then you know you don't need anything. You can be happy with nothing. And when your mind craves for something, you can see that you're going after suffering, going after dukkha.
True. Completely true.
But this is a full-time job. You want to do it successfully.
Yes. Yes.
If you still have other job, it means you still rely on other things. So you cannot be empty. You cannot live with emptiness yet. So you have to be like a monk, live like a monk. Then you give up everything. All you have left is just the basic necessity of life. Then you can train your mind to accept emptiness. Okay.
Okay.
Anything else?
Much. No, thank you. Thank you.
You have any program traveling or meditation courses?
I bought the ticket for Thailand next November, so I will be there.
Yeah, it will be summer for you then.
Yes.
It will be cooler here in Thailand also in November.
It's good. It's nice. Yeah.
Okay. See you then.
Okay. Thank you, Kama-chan.
Okay, next. B. Ravin from Bangkok.
Good evening, Ajaan. Nice to see you again.
Yeah, it's good to see you too.
Ajaan, I was just reflecting upon, my practice, and on mindfulness, and also considering what you mentioned at the start today on like making sure that it's continuous, and I find that it does help. I find that doing things consistently over a but not too strenuously is better than trying to put too much effort. So I'm trying to find the right balance with my practice.
Yes, that's what we call the middle way. Not too much, not too less, not too little, not too much. Just the right amount according to your strength. But as you improve as you advance, you will have more strength. Then you can increase more of your practice as you go along.
I find that, you know, the middle way is, I mean, it is the right path, but I tend to get lazy quite often. So I try not to allow myself to be too lenient. You know, I'll say that, okay, I'm not doing enough. Don't say that I'm doing too much, you know. So I also try to avoid the trap of getting too lenient.
That's right. You just have to push a little bit harder, but not too hard until you cannot do it, you know. Always make a challenge for you to do something harder, to do something more. Like sitting maybe at 5 more minutes, rather increase 5 more minutes, 10 minutes, or so forth. Just keep increasing the amount of practice as you keep advancing.
Yes, and I find that doing dana and not eating really does help, Rajan, with my practice. Whenever I feel, you know, tired or stressed or overwhelmed, sometimes just doing dana, doing donation helps to relax my mind a lot. And in terms of not eating, you know, it really keeps me awake. I rarely get drowsy anymore nowadays.
So when you do dana, you're giving food to the mind. Dana is food for the mind. It makes your mind feel full, feel happy, like having a meal, a mental meal. And when you're in fasting, you are increasing the hunger of the body, but at the same time you are increasing more alertness for the mind. So you become more mindful when you have to face the physical hunger. So it's good way to practice dana and fasting. Give food to the mind, but take away food from the body. Too much food from the body makes you lazy, makes you sleepy.
Yes. Whenever on occasion that I eat too much, I will try to fast the next day, you know, that it will bring more clarity back to my mind. So at least it's like a checkpoint for me to avoid getting indulgent in the food. And I think you mentioned at the start, Prajan, that we view food as being attractive, like on a plate. But if you look at the food after you've consumed it, it's very loathsome.
Yes.
And
that's what we have to do if we want to control our intake of food, if we want to maintain moderation of food.
So I try to find that balance, Prachan. Of course, I know I can do more, but I think the foundations that you taught me on mindfulness, fasting, and, you know, doing dana, it really does help. I find when I give money to charity or to people or even to waiters at a restaurant, it really makes my mind feel at ease, like I'm able to help people.
Yes.
And any stress that I may have in my mind just
disappears,
at least temporarily. So
yes,
that's my observation over the past 2 weeks, Prajan.
Good. Any question?
Not for now, Prajan. I'll just keep on practicing, and if I do have questions, I'll ask later on. But thank you so much for your advice.
Okay, you're welcome. Next, Professor Ken from Switzerland.
Good afternoon, Ajaan.
How are you? Good?
Fine, thank you. I've been the last few days working with Claudia's translation of Beyond Birth again. And just when Ajaan earlier was mentioning creating new challenges, it just happens I was on the section, it's around about page 200, where Ajaan talks about being strict with oneself and your practice of fasting. So if anyone is inspired to challenge themselves more in that respect, it's about page 200 on the book Beyond Birth. So when I'm doing the translation checking, I have to concentrate very closely on the teaching. So it's also a good practice, I find.
Yeah, but this practicing of fasting might be suitable for some and might not be suitable for some other. So you have to see whether it's suitable for you or not. If not, then you have to find other type of challenge, like not sleeping or something.
Yeah.
Not sleeping for 24 hours or 48 hours. Just maintain only the three posture of standing, sitting, and walking, not laying down. For some people, they find that it's a good challenge for them. So it depends on your character, I guess, your preference. So it doesn't mean that you have to use this method.
Yeah, it's interesting when Ajaan describes the fact you were testing fasting more and maybe a bit less until you found the amount
right balance,
that suited the best. Yeah, so that advice was very helpful.
Okay. Have you done any fasting yourself yet?
Not for 5 days or anything like that. I find it very helpful when I'm in the monastery, keeping the 8 precepts. Then automatically, one is not eating too much, but staying at home is a bigger challenge.
Because you're so near to the food,
too near to the refrigerator, and not under the strict rules of the community. So that's one thing I find very helpful staying in the monastery, is being constrained by the 8 precepts.
Sometimes you have to find the right environment to help you keep your practice going.
Yeah, I try to keep it reasonable at home, but occasionally, for example, this afternoon I just finished, I had to go to a lunch with several people about 2 hours ago, and my stomach right now is not feeling well prepared for this Dhamma meeting, and I can feel exactly the problem of eating too much. But that was just a social constraint that I try to minimize. Doesn't happen often.
Yeah, these are issues you have to deal with if you want to improve your meditation practice.
Yeah, I try to avoid these things, which I almost always do, but from time to time.
Yeah, you tend to be eventually you tend to be a hermit. People will think you're a hermit because you don't want to socialize with anybody. Because socializing can disrupt your practice or hinder your practice.
Yeah, I do.
So you have to accept this reality one day that people will think you are a hermit and you're not sociable anymore.
I socialize very little, and many people already think I'm quite weird. So that's fine with me. I don't mind.
Yeah, because what we look for requires that we have to be alone to get what we are looking for.
I may manage to do that mostly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Ajaan,
You're welcome.
All for now. Thank you.
Okay, next, Lynn from Indonesia. Who is with you? Your mom?
Yeah. Hello,
Hi. Haven't
Good
seen you
evening,
for a while.
Yes, I come home to visit my parents and family.
I see. In Australia?
Yes.
Okay. Oh yeah, you're putting on your heavy clothes also.
Yeah. It's a winter, starting of winter. Yeah.
Where are you in Australia? Sydney?
Yes.
Okay. Any question tonight?
There's a new challenge for me because I come here, so I need to spend more time with my family, and then I still need to keep my practice at the same time. Yeah. So, any advice from Ajahn for me?
Well, don't feel bad when you cannot practice. You have to consider dana now to make people happy. If you have to make them happy and you have to sacrifice your practice for now, then you have to do it. If you still want to practice and want also to make people happy, you cannot do it at the same time, and it can cause you the bad feeling inside. So you have to right now consider more of doing dana than doing meditation.
Okay.
Meditate when you can, but when you cannot, when you have to do dana, you have to make people happy, and you have to do that first. Then you can be happy even with the practice of dana. Sometimes meditation has to wait now because you're in a different situation.
Yes.
So you have to adapt to the changing situation.
Okay.
You cannot do it like when you're alone anymore because you have other people you have to consider.
Yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You have a question? So just my mom is very excited to be able to come into the Zoom and to say hello to you at Ajahn.
Yes. She came to Thailand with you before, right?
Yeah.
If I remember correctly. Yeah.
Yeah, because she was very worried about me going to Thailand by myself at that time. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Hope you are well.
Happy to see you.
Happy.
Okay, we'll go to another Australian. This, Tommy, are you near Sydney also?
No, about 10 hours away.
On the same coast, on the same side of the
Yeah, same East Coast.
East Coast. Okay.
Yeah.
I've been where?
What's that?
Brisbane? Near Brisbane?
It's inland.
Inland, okay.
Yeah. How does Ajahn know about Brisbane?
Well, just look at the map and know some people who went there. There were some Thai people. Sometimes they come to the temple and give food, and we talk, and they say they're from Australia. So I ask them where, and they say from Brisbane, the Gold Coast, or somewhere around there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's about 6 hours from there.
I see. Okay. Have you heard of Wiseman Ferry?
Yeah, I stayed there before.
Yeah, is it still operating as a meditation center?
Yeah, it's still going.
Yeah, I think I started by Ajahn Kantipalo, I think, a Danish monk.
Yeah. He was a real pioneer back in the day.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask about the section about the charnel ground contemplations.
Mm-hmm.
Should I read the first one?
Okay.
Moreover, monks, it's as if a monk might see a body thrown into a charnel ground, dead for 1 day, or dead for 2 days, or dead for 3 days, bloated, discolored, having become quite rotten. He then compares it with his own body, thinking, this body also has such a nature, has such a constitution, has not gone beyond this.
Yes, that's why we should have think about our body. Our body will eventually turn into a corpse, and other people's body as well. Not just our body only. Think if you are attracted to some other people's body, you also have to think that one day the body that you are attracted to also will turn into a corpse.
Is this separate practice to 32 parts?
It's similar. The goal is to see the loathsomeness of the body, so you can cut off your sexual cravings.
So you don't have to pick one, you can do both?
And also, it can also stop your mind from being attached to the body. That you know that the body is just temporarily, that one day will have to die.
Okay.
What did you ask? Did you ask just now?
If it's a separate practice to the 32 parts.
It can be used as another method from the 32 parts.
So
The 32 parts also help you to see that there's no self in the body. When you separate the body into 32 parts and ask, where am I in this body part? And you say, no, there's no you in this body part at all. It's just your assumption, so that you assume that you are in the body, that you are the body. But when you actually tear the body apart, you cannot find you in this body part.
So
you can summarize that there's no you in this body.
So when you do the 32 parts, are you looking for anatta or repulsiveness?
Both. It depends on what you're looking for. You can look at for repulsiveness. You can look for anatta also.
Okay.
No self. You can also look at impermanent also. Anicca, anatta, dukkha.
And when we're contemplating, can you just use whatever nimitta comes up, or do you have to bring up your own?
It's up to you. Whatever images that you can bring up to remind yourself of this truth, that the body is not permanent, that it's gonna have to become a corpse, and that there's no self in this body. It's just made up of the 32 parts, which are made from the 4 elements.
So do you go from 32 parts and break it down to the 4 elements, or can you go straight to 4 elements?
It's up to you. You can do either way you want.
Okay, I don't have any other questions.
So far, how have you been doing with your practice? Going well?
Yeah. How is it? My mantra this week is you have to stay humble or you get humiliated.
Mm-hmm.
What's a good antidote for conceit?
Humility. Consider yourself as being a dirt, like the ground that people can step on.
When Paul Panya say just look at the body, what you grasped at.
Mm-hmm.
Here's a funny question. Can anagamis leave the pure abodes and travel about?
He doesn't go through the sensual realms anymore. There's nothing that attracts him in the sensual realms. The only thing that attracts him are the jhanas, the rupa jhana and the arupa jhana.
So an anagami couldn't come down and teach someone.
He doesn't want to. Not couldn't, but he doesn't want to. You see everybody as being a corpse, for instance. You don't want to associate yourself with corpse. You don't go to cemetery, do you? So when you see everybody as a corpse, and you see the world, the sensual realm of existence as being a cemetery.
What happens if a Arya Pugala dies in a Rupa jhana?
They just continue on practicing. They can. It's the body that dies. The mind doesn't die with the body. The mind continue on with mindfulness and wisdom.
So when
to clear up all the rest of the defilement that's still remaining in the mind. The five what you call Sangyojana, the 5 fetters, the 5 upper fetters, being attached to Rupa jhana, attached to Arupa jhana, conceit, restlessness, and avijja, ignorant.
So if just
This can
say
be done. This can be done without using the body.
just say a Sotapanna dies in Arupa jhana, and it lasts for like one life in the base of infinite space is like 10,000 eons.
Yes. Then after he came out of jhana, he will then have sensual pleasure, cravings for sensual pleasure, and this will push him to be reborn as a human.
Will could they aditana and then pop out at the next asana?
No, you cannot. You cannot.
So it's like a lottery. You
That's
don't know
right. You don't know when you're gonna win the jackpot.
I can't remember my other question. Can a Buddha arise if there's still Arya Pugala in samsara, or just not in the human realm?
A Buddha arises when there's no teaching of the Buddha remain on earth, on that earth that he was born in.
Okay.
See, there might be other planets containing people like us.
Right.
And so if he happens to be born in on a planet where there's no Buddhism, then he can become a Buddha himself. Yeah.
Okay.
But if there's Buddhism, then he can rely on the teaching of Buddhism to lead him to enlightenment. So he doesn't need to search for the enlightenment himself, because there's a path laid down by Buddhism for him to follow.
Okay. Okay.
See, our Buddha, when he was striving for enlightenment, there was no Buddhism existing in his time, and he went to all the teachers, and they could only teach him the jhanas. They don't know anything about the Four Noble Truths or the 3 characteristics of existence. This is something he has to discover by himself.
But was there Buddhism in other realms?
Possibly, but other planet where there are human like us living.
Mm-hmm.
Each planet with people living on it can be, the civilization can be advanced, or can be less advanced than us.
Yeah.
We don't know.
Okay. I see.
Don't worry about this thing. Worry about now. How you're gonna get enlightened. Sometimes we lose track thinking about all these things. We forget our main occupation, or our main effort is to get rid of our defilement.
Yeah.
Okay?
Okay. Thanks, Ajahn.
You're welcome. Next, Alvin from Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur.
Namaskar, Ajahn. I'm just here to listen. There's no question. Thank you.
Okay. Nining from Indonesia. Are you in Jakarta?
I'm in Batik City, Pekalongan, Ajahn.
How far is it from Jakarta?
By train, it's 4.5 hours
I see.
because we don't have airport.
On the same island, huh?
Yeah, in the Java also.
Java.
So actually,
to the north or to the south?
I'm in the north.
North, yeah. North of Jakarta.
North of Java.
Not Java. Okay.
It takes a long hour to go to Watian actually.
You have to go to Jakarta to board the plane. Huh?
Yeah.
I see.
And then by train, and I have to the schedule sometimes not in a row, so I have to wait for few hours in the airport or in the rail station.
I see.
That. But I'm happy.
Okay.
It's worth it, Ajahn. It's worth it.
Good.
I mean, the gain is more than my sacrifice.
Yes.
So I take that chance
Yes.
because I should be wise, and this is give me more. So
Well, practice kanti, patience.
yeah, that endurance. I love. I believe when I am in Kauchion, I read the book of Ajahn, which the title is Inspiring Dhamma. So that 4 qualities of Idipada, which is passion, Chanda, and then Virya, and then Chitta and Vimangsa. I believe I have that 4 qualities, Ajahn. But before I haven't met the teacher who can give me the systematic path. So today, when Ajahn give Dhammatalk in front of the kuti, Ajahn said about the 4 requisites for the mind, which is food, charity, and then cloth, precept, and then house, samadhi, and then the medicine, which is wisdom. So I know, I mean, I know my position. So now my the samadhi is something that I have to achieve. Before meet Ajahn, I just do charity and then love doing precept. I mean, keeping the precept, but not systematically. I don't know what to achieve and how to achieve. But now I know my house, my samadhi has been built, but it is not strong yet. So I know my position, so that I have to, like Ajahn said, that actually my life now is in a half seclusion. And I have already told my mom that, Mom, maybe I need give me 10 years to practice. And then my mama laughing that I said, you know, Ajahn has been become a monk for 49 years, and this year will become the 50 years. Is it correct, Ajahn?
Already 50 years.
Already.
In February, I ordained in
Oh yeah, February 75.
1975.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh. And then yeah, Ajahn already spent 50 years, so it's nothing if I spend 10 years to practice, and let's see what I achieve in that 10 years.
The Buddha
So
said you only need 7 years to become enlightened.
that's why I told my mom also, Buddha spent 6 years from the 29 to 35, and then
Yes.
he teach Dhamma for 45 years, and then it's nothing for me if I spend 10 years because I'm not fully on seclusion. I still have to taking care of you and doing worldly thing like that. That's why don't expect me in these 10 years. Maybe I because Mama said that why you don't do socializing anymore. It's not because it's not beneficial, and I don't want. This is the situation now that I don't want to do it. So different from before that I limited myself, but now I know what I want and what I don't want, and also I can direct my mind to something beneficial like that, Ajahn.
Yes, good.
And
You're on the right path.
yeah, thanks to Ajahn. And I attend the live the 3 Dhammatalk in Thai on Saturday, Sunday, and Tuesday with Google Translate. And
I see. Translate right away as you listen, or
yeah, right away.
I see.
But it is used maybe the high series of iPhone maybe because for the lower iPhone it's not very fast, Ajahn.
I see.
I have already
So can
test.
you can read the translation as I keep talking.
Yeah.
That's good.
In the Saturday Dhammatalk, Ajahn, that's the first thing that I hear, that Ajahn said that we also have to support soldier who has already protect us. Maybe it's for Thailand country who has duty in the border to protect Thailand netizen citizen like that. But I never think of doing charity for soldier, Ajahn. In the Dhammatalk, Ajahn said that they have already do good deed for us, protecting us. That's the time that the first time I think about, oh yeah, that's correct. Why I never think about that,
Yes.
about
Because
supporting
because you
this.
might think that they are there just, you know, they are
They're
there because
hired by the
it's their
government.
job or something like
Yeah,
that.
already paid by the government.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then on the Dhammatalk on Sunday, Ajahn said that we help people at the time when they cannot help themselves.
Yes.
So that they are not lazy, and then so that they have the ability to be able to survive again in the samsara.
That's right.
And it's wisdom. And I don't know, when I hear about that, I'm very happy. And because it's also my weakness now is about equanimity, upeka. I have weakness about upeka. Sometimes I cannot differentiate who I cannot make a decision to whom that I should help. But Ajahn said that like that because we have this criteria. If they cannot help themselves, then we come to them to help them. That's very beautiful, Ajahn. I mean, give me more upeka also, because from yeah. And today Ajahn Dhammatalk about four requisite for the mind.
Yes.
It's same with the admin upload in the Facebook. I have already read about that question answer, and it's very beautiful. And I know my position now, and I believe meditation is my requisite. It's for my mind because I love doing that. Before meeting Ajahn, I also love doing meditation, but I don't have the specific goal for my practice.
Yes.
That's the point. So
Now you know that meditation is like a house for the mind.
yeah, protection.
Protection for the mind. When the mind has been attacked or been attacked with stress and anxiety, then you can go into meditation, go inside the house of the mind. Then when the mind becomes peaceful and happy, then all the stress and anxiety could not get into your mind.
Yeah,
So it's
Ajahn.
like a house for the body. When you have storm, when you have rain, you get inside the house to protect your body from the storm and the rain. Same way with the mental house. Samadhi is the mental house for the mind. When when your mind becomes stressful, anxious, or worried, you can get rid of this by just meditate. Get your mind to samadhi. Get it inside the house. But you first have to build the house. So you have to practice a lot of meditation until you're able to enter the house anytime you want.
Yeah. And then the wisdom. Sometimes when our house is not strong yet, but sometimes we also need medicine. Ajahn said that I study the wisdom partially. I mean, because we don't have enough strong jhana, so just can absorb the lower states of the wisdom. Like the body, if we need surgery, Ajahn said that if we need surgery, that's the time like the mind who is sick and then need in that equanimity to heal themselves. So every day, if not doing sitting meditation, now I just listening to Ajahn Dhammatalk.
Okay, good. Did you also meditate after the talk? We sit for half an hour after the talk.
Yeah, always Ajahn. That's the time that I'm waiting for in the weeks.
Okay, good.
Because the vibes is very different. And today Ajahn received so many guests before the Dhammatalk.
Yeah, we have some some people intend to come and pay respect and offer some dana before the talk, because they have some other business to attend to, so they came early.
Yeah,
But
Ajahn.
they only stay briefly just to have a photo op. Just take.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, every day, it's like I'm happy, and happy. Can I express myself happy like that, Ajahn? Or what is the exact meaning of Ajahn said that don't react, be neutral? But I'm happy, Ajahn.
You can be happy, but you don't have to show it to other people, because other people might think you are crazy. So you have to know how to express yourself. Even if you're happy, but you're in a situation where you have to be grim, then you have to be grim. You go to a funeral, and you smile and happy and laugh. That's bad, you know. So
Like,
you have to know the right situation to express yourself.
but actually, for example, Ajahn, because I don't know how to behave, from after practice 12 days in Kauchion, I go to Ajahn to say goodbye, and then after that, I met Kunchup. Actually, we didn't recognize each other because our face in the Zoom is different from the reality. So
Yeah.
Kunchup said, "Nining, is it correct?" "Oh yeah." And then Kunchup, and she ate ice cream at that time. Ice cream is my preference, so I'm happy because there is ice cream stall. Is that craving or not, Ajahn, at that time?
If you want it, then you crave for it. If it comes by itself without you asking for it, then it's not craving.
Yeah, because it's free ice cream after.
If you want it, then that's craving. If you didn't want it, it just came and you just eat it because it's there, then it's not craving.
Oh yeah, that's not craving. I'm happy because also I ever think that I go to Thailand many times, but I haven't tried papaya salad. Everyone asked me what does it taste, and then Ajahn, after at that salad there is also free papaya salad, and I'm happy. Why that something that
Okay. I think we're talking nonsense now. I think we
okay.
have to stop. Okay.
Yeah, thank you, Ajahn.
All right.
Thank
I'll
you.
go to Masha from Ohio.
Nice to be here.
Good to see you.
Yeah, I really appreciated your exchange with Ricardo. And last week, my mind was just swirling with, questions about the Dhamma, and it was really unsettling. But after kind of a busy week, I found this real quiet space, and it's just empty. Even the mindfulness of the breathing has been like the breath will come and it will stop, and then it leaves and it stops. And it's like there's nothing else but the movement, and then the movement, and very quiet, very just empty and free from all the other stuff that's usually there is just gone. So it's been real good. After all these years of practice, I've never had a mindfulness of breathing that was so empty.
Peaceful.
Oh, and so peaceful.
Yes.
Like nothing else but I didn't add any feeling. I didn't chase the breath through the body. It just breathing in an empty space. So it's been real good. I hope I can, stay in touch with that. It's like a different level.
You just have to do it every day. Keep up the practice. Don't stop, because when you stop, when you come back, you might have to restart your practice again. Just keep continuing practicing it. It will become easier, and you can stay longer in peace and calm.
Yeah, it was like sitting for an hour yesterday, and it was like I wasn't tired at all. It wasn't a work. It was just like
Pleasant. Feel pleasant.
pleasant.
Yeah.
Just pleasant, quiet, easy.
Relax.
Yeah, I thought, wow, after like 12 years of working on the breath, and all of a sudden something happens that never
Yeah.
happened before.
You finally got the trick.
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah, it was nice.
Just next time when you meditate, don't wish for the calm. You have to retrace how you did it. Because by craving for the result won't give you the result. You have to come back to the cause, how you did it last time. Then you retrace that practice again this time.
Yeah. Okay.
Don't wish for it to be calm like last time, because it won't, and that will make you become more frustrated and restless.
Okay.
So remember how you meditated last time and use that same way the next time, then you'll get the same result.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Next, Belinda from Singapore.
Ajaan.
Yes, how are you doing? Okay?
Okay.
Any question?
Your last conversation with Marsha? Does it remember how you did it the last time?
Yes, you have to remember the way you did it. Then you redo the same thing again. But if you think of the result that you get last time, and when you sit next time and you wish for it to come up, your wish won't come true, because your wish is not the cause for that pleasant result. The pleasant result is how you did it last time. Okay, so every time you meditate and you feel good from the meditation, you have to remember how you did it. So the next time, then you can use the same way, the same method. Then you get the same result again. But sometimes we forget. We can only think of the result, the good result. And then when next time we meditate, we wish or want it to happen again. But it doesn't happen by our wishes. The more you wish, the more frustrated you will become and more irritated, because it doesn't happen. So remember how you meditate when you have a successful meditation, so that next time you use the same way, you do the same way again, and you get the same result again. Okay?
So when I, like this moment now, I can feel the breath is uncomfortable. The sensation is uncomfortable. So every time when I place my attention back to the body, the feeling is unpleasant. So
because your mind, it doesn't like to be restrained. See, the mind likes to be free and be able to think and to do anything it wants to do. So when you force it to stay focused on the breath, then this can start to create tension in the mind.
The breath feels very uptight.
It's not the breath that's uptight, it's the mind that's uptight. The breath still remains the same as the breath.
Yeah, there's
then it means you cannot use the the mindfulness of breathing as your method of meditation, you might have to use chanting instead first to calm your mind down, to bring up more mindfulness first. So you can chant Itipiso or Metta Bhavana, Sape Satta Vera Hontu, and just chant it for a while, then you'll feel the mind become calmer and not as tense as before. And eventually you might be able to switch to watching the breath. Okay.
Thank you, Ajahn.
Next step from Oregon, with your friend in the back.
Yeah, she's being a little needy right now. Hi. There she goes. Okay. Yeah, I've been very good. I was just thinking about the person earlier that was talking about having ADHD. I definitely do as well, and it has taken me 10 years of practice to get where I am, but it is very possible to like calm an ADHD mind. Sorry. She's getting, but yeah, that's all.
Okay, just use mindfulness practice, mindfulness
Yes,
meditation.
mindfulness and the mantra has definitely helped. And I started with counting, and then now I use the mantra, and now I'm able to just like when I start meditating, I'm able to drop in and feel the calm, and it does take time, but it's possible. So that's all I wanted to say. Yeah.
And also when you're not meditating, try to be mindful as much as possible.
All the time. Yeah,
All
I
the
live
time,
in nature, and I want to spend all the time in nature, and it's just very solitude, and that's really helps. So yeah.
Okay, good.
That's all. I'm sorry. She's so
That's okay, no problem.
she wants to play.
Yeah, she wants to join the conversation maybe.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, that's all. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Next, Gary from Singapore. Hi, Gary.
Hello, Ajahn. I'm just listening in tonight. No questions.
Okay, you're welcome. Next, Get Yenso from Penang. Also, haven't seen you for a while.
Hi, Ajahn. I actually tried to call in last week, but waiting for about 1 hour plus. I think it's not accepted. So yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes they have to provide more other people the chance to come in, or people who used to come in a lot before and not having any questions. Sometimes they put you in the back queue.
Okay. It's
But
okay.
we'll rotate the queue, so.
Okay. I use finally I use the Facebook listen to the Dhammatalk. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can still
No
listen on live, on Facebook Live.
Yeah.
Okay.
No question, Ajahn.
Yeah. Next, Dr. Piao and Indira. Where is Indira today? Dr. Piao, I think you're sleeping. No movement from you. Okay, well, just go to Lawan first, and we'll go back to Dr. Piao later on. I'm sorry, not Dr. Piao. It's Stalin. Hi, Stalin. Can you hear me? Okay. Sorry. You're in California, near Los Angeles, where all the protests going on?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. It's sort of just like, I don't know whether you were there during the time of the bots.
Right.
Bots riot.
Bots riot, yeah.
Something similar to that, but not to that extension, that level.
This is on a bigger level, huh?
It was uncalled for unnecessarily, but
emotion. People are emotional.
I think it is because of the reason people does not think that they are going to die, that they will leave everything and go. When they go, they only want power. They think they will take the power with them and go. So that's the situation that is behind it, this whole thing.
Yes, greed. Greed is the one that's pushing everything.
the tanhava to be in power,
Mm.
it doesn't matter whether you roll over others or whether you kill others, as long as you are in power. Because that's a wrong idea.
You forget that one day you yourself also
Okay,
will die.
And also not seeing the emptiness of all this.
Mm.
I don't know whether I have your permission to express my views, some of my views, because during these discussions I heard some talking about Anatta and all those things about it. Now I am directing this to you, Venerable Sir, because I want to have because a little bit of a deep Dhamma that I am trying to talk here. Sakaya Ditti, or this view of a personality view, this is a result of not seeing the dependent arising of this so-called capital I that we are holding onto the Sakaya. It's something that is dependently arisen, which we do not see, because the perception is bringing us always of false falsity. For example, the Buddha said in the Penduma Sutra, in the Samyutta Nikaya Nidana Samyutti, the Buddha compares perception to a mirage. And when you look at that mirage, say when a deer or some animal sees that mirage, he thinks that there is water there. And then he runs towards that water. And the further he goes towards that, the further that mirage goes away. It keeps on going further and further away. A distance keeps on never coming close to it. And then the other thing also, even if you come to that spot where you thought there was water, you will realize the emptiness there. So similarly, the Buddha explains these. So this is these two ends the Buddha talks about in the Madhupindika Sutra, in the Majjhima Nikaya. Buddha talks about, there he says, Chakuncha Rupecha Upajjati Chaku Vijnana. And that is the I together with the object will brings about I consciousness. Tinan Sangati Paso, coming together all the three is perception. The problem is we look at the I that brings about the seeing, the object. But we fail to see that what is there in the middle, which is I consciousness. And we fail to see that this I consciousness is dependently arisen, dependent on the I and then
Yes.
object.
Can you summarize
Okay.
what you have to say? Because we have other people waiting.
Anyway, that's what I wanted to say, that perception that we always perceive is false.
Misperception.
Yeah, it's false. It is all empty because they are dependent arisen.
Okay.
That's what I want to say.
All right.
You want to say?
I just wanted to come and pay respect to you and say how much I appreciate you. I have been practicing for 10 years now, and 10 or 15 years, I can't remember. But since you have insisted on the mindfulness, I have been really trying to be mindful, and I see that I'm gaining more and more mindfulness now, and I feel so peaceful, and I see that my mind not reacting as much as it used to be. And I see the importance of the mindfulness, and I appreciate. I just want.
You're getting more equanimity. The more mindfulness you have, the more equanimity you will have.
While something is happening, I just watch my mind, and it's beautiful to see the mind not reacting.
Yes.
And I feel so glad that I learned to be mindful. But I'm not mindful all the time, but still I'm gaining more and more mindfulness, because I keep on, if I can't be mindful, I keep on reciting Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. So I keep on repeating that. But sometimes when I repeat that, my mind seems to go into thoughts, and I have caught myself doing that. So that is because I have got used to the reciting, right?
Yeah.
Can because I have caught myself reciting Namo Tassa Bhagavata Arahato, and still my mind goes into thoughts. So I have caught myself, and I've corrected myself, and I'm beginning to be more mindful now.
Yes.
So I'm grateful, and I just wanted to thank you. And
okay, continue on with your mindfulness practice. Okay.
I'm glad your body is all right now.
Yes. Okay. I'm well now. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. Good to see you.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Next, Lavan. You're in Northern California, so you're away from the action.
Yeah, I'm in the Bay Area, so a little bit further. Yeah.
They might go up there next. I heard.
Ajahn, don't have a question for myself, but like to ask on behalf of a friend. She lives in Wat Metta, and she like to know if there's a monk named Tam Wong is under your training.
Is he Vietnamese American?
Yes, yes.
Yes, yes. We
Oh,
have
really?
one Vietnamese American
Yeah, he's
living
very.
with us. He's also from California, I think.
Yes, yes. He's actually also my friend. I knew him before he was ordained.
Yes. Yeah, he's staying here.
Oh, he's doing well.
Yeah, he's happy here. He wants to stay here as long as possible, but I don't know if he can get his visa or not.
Oh, okay, okay. Well, thank you. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, we know each other, and yeah, my friend like to know too, because we all know each other. Yeah, but thank you. I'm glad he's there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that all?
Yeah, that's all. I don't have a question. Just keep on practicing.
Okay. Next, we'll go to Kelvin Chang. Hi, Kelvin. Are you from Hong Kong or Singapore?
Ajahn, I'm from Singapore. It's been a few months. I haven't called in for the meeting. Work has been busy, but I'm still practicing whenever I can. But I catch up with the videos, the meeting on YouTube.
Okay.
So beginning of the year, I took the opportunity to join a short-term ordination here in Singapore, just for a short 1 week. So I put on the robe, shave my head, and take up the monastic life for temporary.
And did you find out too?
How do I find the short-term ordination? I think it's fruitful to take on the monastic path and to understand how the monk's life is, even though it's from a different tradition. So I thought maybe end of the year I can try out the Thai forest tradition.
With Ajahn King?
Probably so. Yeah, he has monastery in Malaysia, Thailand as well.
Yes.
Yeah. Good. And Ajahn, I wanted to ask for Sotapanna, do they still break their precept, whether small offenses like whether it's 5 precepts, 8 precepts, 10 precepts, or 227 precepts. Does the Sotapanna still break their precepts?
Not intentionally.
Not intentionally. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So if they do they repent? Is there a remedy?
They don't do it because they know it hurts them more to break the precept than to keep the precept.
Okay. Okay.
Every level of noble disciple from the Sotapanna up, they keep the precept 100%.
All right. Okay. Okay. Another question, Ajahn. If more beings are going down, I mean, in terms of the 31 plane of existence, if more beings are going down than going up, so wouldn't our human realms population just decrease over time?
It decreases and it can increase also. It depends on the trend of the human population. Sometimes they have the trend to have birth control, then the trend will be less birth. But some other time there might be the trend to have more babies, you know. So it just will go up and down. This thing is anicca. Don't worry about it. And besides the planet that we live in, it's not the only planet that is habitable by human. There might be other planets in the galaxy that are human like us living there.
That's right. That's right. I read about that. Just thinking whether those beings dropping down is how likely would they come back to as a human again?
Yeah, that's what the Buddha said. It's hard to be reborn as a human. You might have to wait as a spiritual human, a human without the body, for a while, until there's a body available for you.
That's right. That's right. Okay, that will be all, Ajahn. Happy to see you today.
Okay, good to see you too.
Thank you.
Next, from Singapore, so I think, no, I'm sorry, not Fiona Charlotte from Indonesia.
Madam Ajahn, I want to ask, what drinks are allowed during Atasila?
Can you speak louder, please?
What drinks are allowed during Atasila?
Atasila. I'm not sure about the lay people, but for monks, we are allowed to drink things that are considered to be medicinal drinks. Coffee is considered to be medicinal, coffee, tea, but things like with milk is considered to be food, so we cannot drink those drinks with milk in it. Fruit juices, we are allowed to drink fruit juices. Okay. So, but as a lay person, I'm not sure whether you are restricted by this rule of the monks or not. You're just restricted from not eating after midday, but it doesn't say anything about drinking. So I'm not sure. Maybe you can drink anything you want. You have to consult with who you are associating with, but how they keep this precept. Or the temple that you go to visit, you might ask the temple whether you are allowed to drink anything or not. So if you're not sure, just don't drink anything. Just drink plain water. That's what the body needs. It doesn't need any other drinks with taste or flavor or anything like that. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you, Ajahn.
All right. Next, we'll go to Czech and Sui. Almost didn't make it this time. Fortunately, we didn't have much.
Greetings, Ajahn.
Greetings, Ajahn. Well,
Okay.
nice, pleasant. So, thank you. Well, last week I think you said something a bit, like people keep asking why, but the answer is anicca, dukkha, anatta.
Yes.
That you say, yeah. really helps me because there's something in my there's this question that in my mind that I keep asking why, and I couldn't find the answer. It bothers me for a while now, and I couldn't really find the answer. Um, I just try to puto whenever I had that question come up, this unsolved, like it's a why question, it's unsolved. But last week when you said that statement, I just I just told the mind this answer, and it doesn't come out anymore. It's solved.
Yeah.
It really helped me. I know I know you have been saying this anicca dukkha anatta, but it just didn't click to me. I just the mind keeps want to know why. Usually I just puto and just don't want to think about it. But I just answered when you said that statement last week. I answered it. I told it. Oh yeah, I don't say Anicang Dukang Anatta, and then and then it's like a light bulb, and it stop. It stop already. It doesn't ask anymore.
It makes sense, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it really helps me. I
Yeah.
know you have been saying this for many years, but this I don't know. It just doesn't click. But when you said it last week, it's like, oh, okay. It put like it stopped. It stopped. Like it doesn't bother me anymore.
That's the truth about everything. Everything that exists under the anicca, dukkha, anatta.
Yeah. So anytime I have a why question, just
It's anicca, it's anatta. It
yeah,
happened.
it happened.
It just happened. Things just happen. There are causes for them to happen, so they happen.
There are causes for them.
And these causes are all anatta, not under anybody's control.
Oh, 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 anicca. But the causes are all anatta. It's not under and control. Like
And this thing can cause things to change. See?
oh, oh, oh,
Thing can happen and then thing can disappear because the causes that cause them to happen and disappear keep changing also.
oh.
So look at everything as like you look at the weather. See, the weather keeps changing all the time. Can you control the weather?
No. Oh.
Can you ask why we have this kind of weather today?
I used to as a child, so that I try to find like a scientific answer to it.
Yeah,
I
there
look
are
at
answers, but
yeah.
they're too difficult to because there are so many factors like causing things to be like this. So it's just better just to see that they are all anicca, dukkha, anatta.
Mm. And the changes, the anicca cause the dukkha, the
That's
dukkha.
right. Because you don't want change. When you have something good, you want to keep it go like that all the time. But when that something good change into something bad, then you get dukkha.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
that. When you have life, you're happy. When you have a baby, everybody celebrate, right?
yeah, yeah.
But when the baby dies, then everybody becomes sad.
Yeah. So when you don't become sad when you already
No, that is gonna happen.
oh
You know, everything that arises will cease one day.
oh
Everything that appears will disappear.
oh
For every birth, there's death waiting for it.
yeah.
So you once you know this, then you don't have any attachment to life. You know, life is just temporary.
Oh.
If you attach, then you get dukkha when life terminates.
Mm.
That's anicca, terminate. Things come to an end, like a movie.
Mm.
The movie don't run forever, right? You watch it for 2 hours, then it comes to an end.
Mm.
Same with everything. Your life, my life, anything on this earth, they don't last forever.
Mm. Just a movie.
Yeah, they're like bubbles, soap bubbles. They come up and then they disappear. They burst and they're gone.
Mm. And I have a question, Ajahn. Why do you always say that sleep is a sensual desire? But in
I
many
mean sleeping too much.
or sleeping too much.
If you
Oh.
sleep because the body needs it, this is not sensual pleasure. If it's need, then it's not pleasure. It's not desire. The body needs to rest. Yeah. But after it has enough rest and you want to sleep more, then this is sensual pleasure.
Oh.
So you have to differentiate between the need and the desire.
Oh.
When you need to have something, this is not desire, it's not craving.
Mm.
But when you already have more than if you already have what you need and you want more, then this is craving. This is desire.
Oh.
Like if all you need is to have $1,000 a month to exist, and if you want any more than that, then this is craving. See,
I'm sorry.
if you need to have $1,000 a month to exist,
Oh.
and if you want more than 1,000, then that's craving. That's greed. That's defilement.
Oh.
But if you have to have this amount to keep you going, then this is not greed. It's necessity.
Oh.
So you have to differentiate between necessity and cravings.
Mm.
If you have to have what you need to keep the body going, then this is necessity.
Mm.
But if you want more than that, then you want it to be more pleasurable, more comfort, more, then this is cravings.
Oh. Well, if we feel tired, then we sleep is okay.
Yes,
Like
when you
if
feel tired, you sleep. And when you get up, it means the body has rested enough, so you wake up. And once you wake up, but you want to continue on sleeping,
yeah.
then this is craving. Craving for sensual pleasure. You enjoy the pleasure of sleeping. See?
Oh.
You feel comfortable when you're lying down, rather than getting up and doing work than working, right? Which is better, working or sleeping?
Sleeping. Oh, okay. So that's why it's sensual desire.
Pleasure, yeah, sensual
But there's
desire.
no I don't feel there's any sensual.
Your body is
Oh.
part of the sensual organs, eh?
Oh, the body feels comfort.
Yeah, comfort.
Okay. Oh.
Eye, ears, nose, tongue, and body. See?
Oh.
You forget about the body.
Yeah, I because I thought that when you sleep, it's like everything is shut down, so there's no more sensual, like there's no
Yes, when you sleep, everything shut down. But when you're awake and you want to sleep, then that's sensual pleasure.
Okay. Yeah, that's why I'm having a hard time understanding that the sensual desire part. Okay, so it's like the body wants more comfort, so that's sensual desire, like
The mind wants, not the body wants. The body already had what it needs to have, but the mind want more of it.
Okay. Yeah.
So you have to differentiate between the mind and the body. If the body really needs to go to sleep, you can fall asleep anywhere, right? Sitting or standing.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're awake, but you want to continue on sleeping, then this is the mind that wants to continue on sleeping, not the body.
Oh, okay. I need to be able to differentiate that. Yeah, okay. So,
Right.
yeah. Okay.
Like eating once a day is good enough for the body. This is what the body needs. But if you eat more than once a day, then it's craving already, craving for food.
Yeah.
So you are craving for food all the time. Me, I'm not craving for food because I only eat once a day.
Yeah. And it's been 50 years you do?
Yeah, 50 years.
Yeah, and you eat quite early too. I remember, yeah, in
Yeah,
the
early in the morning, about 8 o'clock. After we come up from our arms round, we eat and we finish by 9. And all about eating, about food is gone until
Yeah.
the next day.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw that when we were in Wat Yan.
Okay, this is not craving. You eat because the body needs to have food. But
Yeah.
if you eat more than once a day, then this is craving. Your second meal, your third meal, or fourth meal, then these are cravings. These are the cause of your overweighting. Getting overweight from eating too much.
Yeah.
So like even after I have lunch and then at night I also feel hungry. That feeling of hungry is from the mind. It's not
Not from the body.
Oh.
It might be some hungry from the mind, but from the body, but it doesn't die with that hunger, so you don't need to eat it.
Oh.
If it's gonna die because of that hunger, then you have to give food to the body. But it doesn't die, so you can wait until the next day, until the next meal. But your mind cannot wait. Your mind have it has to have what it wants right away, or else it will get dukkha.
Yeah.
See, even right now, my body feel a little bit empty. I feel a little bit hungry, but it's okay. I'm used to it.
So every night you feel hungry, but you just don't, or no,
You
not
just
really.
ignore it. You just ignore it.
Oh, ignore it.
And it doesn't bother you.
Oh.
You don't really feel hungry, but you feel that this is empty, and the body, that stomach is empty.
Oh. But doesn't bother you. Yeah.
No, because you know that this is what you have to learn to live with in order to get rid of your cravings for food.
Oh. Okay.
And Ajaan, I like the idea that you were telling us like to kind of like know what causes us to have a good meditation, like the causes. Yeah, so I was also on this trying to find why sometimes I can meditate like better, but sometimes I can't. So we are trying to find these causes that leading towards a good meditation. And then once we know, we remember it.
Just manage your mindfulness. The more mindful you are, the calmer your mind becomes. Yeah. But there are other less prevalent, less what you call it. There are other factor, but they're not as strong. Like sometimes you have to deal with a lot of issues on your work, then this can clutter your mind with all kinds of thoughts. So when you meditate, you'll find it hard to erase them from your mind, as compared to the day when you don't have much issues to worry about. So when you meditate, it's easier for you to calm the mind down. So it makes a difference if you work and if you're not working. See, if you're working, you'll find it more difficult than when you're not working to meditate. Especially if you're not working and you go live in solitude, in seclusion, and you don't have any issues in your mind, then you'll find that it's easier for you to to meditate with the same type of with the same level of mindfulness that you have. So these are another factor that can influence your success in meditation. How much issues you have created in your mind, because you have to erase them out from your mind. The more issues, then it takes a longer, more time for you to erase it. Or you have to increase more mindfulness.
Yes.
So these are the two factors that it can influence your meditation. That's why the Buddha recommend meditators to go live in seclusion to reduce the amount of issues created in the mind. So it'll be easier for the mind to become calm and to maintain mindfulness all the time, even when you're not meditating. This will maintain the level of mindfulness or increase the level of mindfulness to a higher level. So when you meditate with a stronger mindfulness, then it will be easier for you to calm the mind down. Eating also can be a cause of hindrance to your meditation. When you eat too much, you have a full stomach, you feel sleepy. You don't feel being mindful, you want to go to sleep.
Yes.
Okay.
We have many issues.
So it's not possible for you to be successful in your meditation yet.
Yeah, I'm trying to recite Buddha Buddha. I mean, trying to gain.
For how many seconds? How many seconds?
One strong, a few seconds. Not really strong. Can stretch out.
Did you ever manage to do it for 1 minute or two continuously? No.
Hard, like trying to, but yeah, I did count like after like a certain part, like after then it got lost.
Second is the
Yeah.
right word, Ajahn.
Second.
in our case.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else?
Really increase to minute.
Try. Thank you, Ajahn.
Thank you, Ajahn.
So try to maintain mindfulness or develop mindfulness as much as possible, and try to reduce the mental issues that you have created by trying to be alone, staying alone, not engage with people or work. Because when you engage with people or work, you have created a lot of issues in your mind.
Yeah.
It's very helpful though. I know it's not surgery for me, but it's the Band-Aid is still very helpful. It's a
good.
still
It's
very
better than nothing, right?
I still very much appreciate the
So
bandage.
try to have some discipline. Force yourself to meditate every day, say, once or twice a day. Try to set up a time, maybe before you go to bed and after you wake up in the morning. This is what you should do. You should finish your day with meditation and start your day with meditation. Can you try that?
Yes, I did for the. I didn't do it for the morning, so okay. I did it for the morning.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, Ajahn.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Next, Kunjup, any more questions?
กราบนมัสการท่านอาจารย์ค่ะ We have 3 questions, and the first question is from the assistant Gmail. It's from Celia. My mother is having surgery most probably next week. The days before, during, and after the surgery are very stressful, especially during the surgery. I don't sleep well in the hospital, which puts me in a bad mood. I cannot meditate because there are nurses and people coming and going. I can try to be mindful or listen to a Dhammatalk, but I've been there and I'm pretty sure that my mind will want to go here and there, distracting itself with movies or something, but that makes me even more restless. Do you have any advice on how to spend the time there skillfully?
Well, the problem is with your expectations. You want her to get well, But you know the truth is you don't know whether she's gonna get well or she's gonna die, and you cannot accept the consequence that she will get that she will die. So this is the one that's been causing you the stress and restlessness and agitation. So you just have to accept that there are two possibilities: either she get well or she dies. Once you have determined and ready to accept both consequences, then your mind will be peaceful and calm. Right? Am I right? Okay.
The next question is from Paul from Facebook. Venerable Sir, what is the mind or citta? Is it a permanent entity?
It is one of the 6 elements that existed all the time. It's called the knowing element, and it has 5 properties, 5 ability. It can know, it can feel, it can think, it can remember or perceive, and it also can receive information from the body through the sensual organs of the body. This is the knowing element, and it's connected to the 4 element, which is the body, and they work in team. The mind tells the body what to do, then the body goes fetch the thing that the mind wants. So this is the association between the mind and body, and when the body dies, then the 4 elements that form the body will then return to its original state, while the mind, the knowing element, will exist as a spiritual being until it gets a new body. That's when you have rebirth.
We know there is no self, but when we suffer here, who suffers?
Nobody suffers. It's just it's like the rain. When it rains, anybody suffer when it rains? Or when there's storm? If there's nobody, then there's nobody suffer. It's just a phenomenon. Suffering is just a phenomenon that is being perceived by the mind or known by the mind. But the mind, due to delusion, is thinking it is the one that is suffering. It doesn't have to suffer. And the reason why it suffers because it doesn't want suffering. It wants only happiness.
When we observe, if there is anatta, who is the observer?
The knowing element. We are trying to educate the knowing element to see that there's no self in anything. Because it's the knowing element that is delusional. It doesn't have the right information. So we need to feed the right information so that the knowing element will then know how to behave properly toward everything, so that it doesn't create any suffering in the knowing element.
And the last question is from Belinda Liu. Ajaan, when feeling unpleasant sensation on the chest area, is it okay to chant Metta Bhavana out loud, or should I recite silently in the mind? Thank you so much for Ajaan's guidance.
Well, it depends on what you want, you see. What do you want to recite? You know, when there's pain in the chest, the best way is to acknowledge it and let it be, leave it alone. But if you cannot leave it alone because your mind wants to get rid of it, then you might have to use some chanting or reciting a mantra to stop your mind from reacting to the pain in the chest.
That is all, Ka.
Okay. That's all the time we have for today or tonight. Thank you for your company. I hope this meeting is useful and can help you advance in your practice. In the meantime, please stay safe, be mindful, and keep on practicing. And if all goes well, I'll see you all at the same time next week. Thank you and goodbye.
Goodbye, Ajaan. Goodbye.
Thank you, Ajahn.
Thank you,
Admin.
Bye.
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 Bye, Admin.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank
Bye.
you. Thank you,
Bye-bye.
Admin. Thank you. Good
ขอบ
night.
คุณป้าจุ๊บครับขอบคุณพี่
ค่ะ
ๆ
สวัสดี
ครับสวัสดี
ค่ะ
ครับ
คุณครับ
ดีค่ะ
ครับ
อนุโมทนาค่ะ
บ๊ายบาย
บ๊ายบาย
Bye bye.